What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZBCN today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are. Here we are at about a tenth of a cent, just below there, right? You have literally pumped and dumped all the way back down. You know what's great about this? It really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? I'm sure there were a lot of people up here who maybe they bought, maybe they didn't, maybe they were just kind of hoping or wishing that they did buy down here, right? It's just funny. It makes me think of this meme. There's this guy that it's a Bitcoin meme, right? He's like, oh, I should have bought Bitcoin at 40K, and it's when Bitcoin's at 73K. Bitcoin drops back down to 52K, and the next slide shows him smiling like, "Ha! Glad I didn't buy that shit." It makes me think of this right now. How many of you are thinking, "Ha! Glad I didn't buy that shit," or "Oh, I wish I sold"? You have the opportunity to buy in the same areas that you were hoping and wishing that you could buy before, right? If you loved it at this price, you should love it at this price, right? You were wishing back up here. There are people who wish they bought more down at these prices. Well, you got that opportunity now. It's not a bad thing to be at these areas, but I'm not certain if you stop here. I wouldn't be surprised if you went a little bit lower, but overall, you are in this long phase of accumulation, right? Where you're finding support here, you're finding resistance here. You had a little blemish there. Maybe this is you showing your hand. It's a little foreshadowing of what's to come, maybe. Maybe it was just a fake out bull trap and you're going to the depths. No, probably not. I don't think so. I think this thing has some potential in it. Who cares what I think, though? I don't know too much about the fundamentals or anything like that, right? I just know a little bit about the charts. And we're at about a $71 million market cap. That's a very low market cap. $20 million in trading volume over the past 24 hours. That's good volume. Right, not good if you're going to the downside, but to be fair, you're in this accumulation phase. It seems to me like it's an accumulation phase, and that's what I mean whenever I say that I like the prospects of this. Is because you have good volume, you had a low market cap, and it's very clear, at least to me, it seems as though you're accumulating. Right, that's not a bad thing. I don't even know. Is this a Wyckoff accumulation? I'm not the most experted person in Wyckoff, but it might be. Look up Wyckoff schematics if you're bored, and they're very specific. Okay, if it looks like it, kind of, but it's not perfect, then it's probably not a Wyckoff, or maybe it's a different schematic. There's all kinds of schematics apparently. I'm not that knowledgeable with Wyckoff. I just know that they more or less kind of look like this, but they're specific. They're very specific in the ways that they accumulate. Down 27% this week. Looking at the weekly RSI, not in a bad posturing, honestly. It's not a bad look at all. Getting overbought, coming down, rejected it. Of course, you're going to have a fierce rejection if you just tip in and tip out. But you probably do find a higher low. What my assumption would be is you could go lower, probably find support at the 40, and that would still promote a higher low, which a move down from 45 to 40 on the RSI doesn't seem that significant, but it absolutely could bring you back down to these low areas here. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if from here and down you dropped another 20%. You might even drop, you could even drop to this low or below it. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm just saying it could happen. You really could do that. You're clearly experiencing some wicked volatility. So I would expect, regardless of where you stop, whether it's just above this low, right at these lows, just below this low, wherever it is, and I'm not saying you go below this low. I'm just saying I could see it happening. Wherever it is, you're clearly experiencing a lot of volatility. This is definitely a shakeout. I would bet, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I bet a lot of people bought up here, and if we took out any of these lows or any of these lows, that would cause a massive capitulation event. The smart money would step in and buy it up, and then it would just probably come right back up to these, at least to these areas of resistance here, if not above. I do expect that this thing will recover. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of waiting on the rest of the markets, waiting on Bitcoin and everything to show up and do its work, right? Do its thing the right way. Oops. We'll stay on that so that way it doesn't get deleted. This one probably needs to get deleted though. Let's see. Not that the video needs to get deleted, but it's glitched out on me. It glitched out. Any content creators this ever happened to you? YouTube went through an update like 7 months ago, and ever since it's been doing this to me all the time. It's just if you click through it too quickly, you have to. Anyways, it's annoying. The update was a down date. ZBCN being here at about a $71 million market cap now. Let's see if that's accurate, because I want to be accurate. Okay. Come on. Come on. Load it up. 71. Okay, $71 million market cap. If you were to see a 100x in this thing, that'd be a $7.1 billion market cap. Is that easy to attain? No. Is that given to anything? No. But it's possible. It's a very attainable market cap. It is something that we see. You know, if this coin were to work its way up to the top 100 or even the top 200 by the end of the cycle, I'm assuming you could see. I really do think that the top 200 could promote, if you're on the upper echelons of that, you could see like the $10 billion market cap or more. I think the top 100 is going to be full of multi-billion dollar market caps. I don't know what the lowest will be. We'll see how it goes. But here, 100x would be at about 9.7 cents. And just because we're talking about this getting to the top 200 or top 100 doesn't mean it has to live there, right? There are plenty of coins that are tourists. They're here and gone. They're seasonal in the top 100. If this one is seasonal, that's still great. You're going to see a 100x. Maybe you could see a 400x. 7 billion, again, it's not promised, but it's an attainable market cap for anything, right? Even in the first cycle, let alone 14 billion, which is a 200x, let alone 20 billion, which would be a 400x, 28 billion, and probably a little bit more than 28 billion. You could even see more than that. Like this thing, you guys, I'm not saying it does see these crazy kind of growths. I'm just saying it's possible that you could see like an 800x, a 400x, something in that range could happen, let alone a 100x. Now, you know what else could happen? And I've started doing this recently because I want to make sure we put people in their place. A 12x could happen. A 34x could happen. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Actually, 12x, if you're getting a 12x or a 13x, that's a little bit below the standard of what we're expecting. You should at least look for something that does a 25x or more in the crypto space by the end of this cycle. And I think there's a plethora of those. This is definitely in that mix. It'd be rather disappointing if it saw anything less, but I very much do believe, all shenanigans aside, semantics aside, I do believe that we are going to see prices at or above 10 cents, right? If you're around 10 cents, maybe you're at like 9.5 cents, okay, that counts. If you're at 10 cents, a little bit above there, okay, that counts. But if you were to exceed that, you could see dramatically higher prices. There's no real sense in trying to gauge where the all-time high is going to be. I can just tell you like given ranges that are possible, but we don't have enough data really to conclude this, right? It is possible that this fib extension here will follow throughout the whole market. If we were to go to, let's say, the 1618, that's the first stopping point. Okay, that's a 9.2x. I don't think that you're going to stop there. I think you'd go higher. The next target area would be, a 14x to a 16x. And again, I don't think that you'd stop there. To me, now this is a good minimum standard, the 2272. Oftentimes you do go above that. So something around 2.5 to 3 cents could be where you stop. Okay. The 2618 is also a very likely stopping point. When I say likely, I mean you really could stop at your 2618. But again, it's not fair of me to say because I don't trust these data points as being too reliable. Who's to say if you respect these going up higher? And in fact, the more that you get away from the secondary target zone, the more that you go up higher, the less likely you are to respect these. But let's assume you do, because this is all we have. It's literally all we have. And sometimes whenever it is all you have, you're actually more likely to respect them than normal. So to be completely fair, the money zone, what I call the money zone, which is impressive enough on any time frame to get, let alone a weekly high to low, all-time high to all-time low, that's a 68x. That is basically a 100x, just shy of a 100x. So something in there, very possible target. If you don't stop at about 10 cents, you're likely not going to stop until you're at 21 cents, 28 cents, something like that. So 10 cents is a big deal. Breaking above 10 cents will be a very big deal, you guys, because that promotes a multi-100x overall. Is it possible to go all the way up to a $1 price? I mean, it's possible that a duck could start talking to me, and tell me the secrets of life, but it's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen, man. That's a 1,112, 1,118x is what that is. So that's a bit intense. I don't think so. If I had to give my absolute all-time high expectations, and again, who cares what this means, because you could do an 800x, you could see a 1,000x, right? I didn't want to say it earlier, but 70 billion is attainable. I just doubt that you grow from a 71 million to a $70 billion market cap in less than a year, which is probably what we have left in this bull cycle. So that would be insane. Even insane growth like that takes time. But maybe the golden ratio, the triple golden extension could be where you go. And that would promote at least something of around a 220 something x to potentially a 300x. Don't count on it. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, not a dream stomper, but don't count on it. I would think, to me, the most likely area to stop at based off of this, and again, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. It's not reliable data. At least in my opinion, it's not. I have no reason to believe it's reliable, personally. But if I had to base it off of the fibs, which that's kind of what I do when I have nothing else to base it off of, 4.4 cents to 9.7 cents would be the target zone that I think you're going to go to. That's my expectation. If I had to have an expectation, but would it surprise me at all if we stopped higher? No. Would it surprise me at all if we stopped at any places that I haven't addressed? No. It wouldn't surprise me at all because it's very possible that it could. So I don't have anything else that I want to say. Just prepare yourselves, okay? We probably see a 20 to 30% drop, maybe even more across the board. So Zebec is definitely not excluded from that. It could be. You never know. It could be. But I do expect you'll probably return to your all-time low areas. Anybody that's like, man, you had to have been a genius to buy here. You had to have been a genius to buy here. Well, geniuses, you're going to get an opportunity to do so, and you'll figure out you don't got to be a genius to buy. You just got to have nuts of steel or ovaries of diamonds. I don't know. Whatever you are out there, you got to have brass. That's for damn sure. So it's luck a little bit. It's smarts a little bit. But really what it is courage. Can you look death in the face and say, we're not going lower. I'm buying here. I don't care if we do go lower. I'm buying here. This is a great buying opportunity. If you do, you know, there's a good reason why they say more risk equals more reward, right? Higher risk equals high reward if it works out in your favor. If it doesn't work out in your favor, well, down in the dumps you go. I don't know if you are going to go to the dumps. I don't think that you're going to go to zero, but time will tell. This does look like accumulation to me for what it's worth. I've got nothing else to say. Weekly RSI looks bullish. Daily RSI looks bearish. Long term going up, short term going down. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.